After launching in late 2019, Disney Plus has become an indispensable source of all things movie-related. Viewers can enjoy all their favorite Star Wars shows and Marvel movies. Since the beginning of the year, the catalog of movies available to viewers has only increased, and in June, it has grown even more. In this video, we'll be talking about everything that is coming in June, and we'll also answer some burning questions fans have about the platform. Stay tuned. First up, what shows are coming in June? If we decide to list every show that will be available on the platform in June, then this video will be just as boring as your history class. So we'll only be talking about some of them from June 1st. You can watch a new episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Hardy Boys, and Dollhouse. June 2nd features The Kardashians, while June 3rd features Fire Island and The Thing About Harry. On June 5th, we can enjoy new episodes of our favorite cartoons, Family Guy and The Simpsons. Then on June 8th, new episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi and The Hardy Boys will be available. Also, there will be new shows like Miss Marvel and Under the Banner of Heaven. June 9th will feature new episodes of The Kardashians, while on the 10th, we can enjoy the celebration episode of Blackish. On June 15th, you can watch new shows like Something Bit Me and Soprano, Sing or Die, alongside new episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi and The Hardy Boys. Big movies like Ford vs. Ferrari and Bad Boys are available on June 17th, while on the 22nd, the blockbuster movie Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness hits our screens. June 23rd features new episodes of The Orville: New Horizons, while the 24th features movies like The Binge and Plan B. On the 28th, Season 2 of Only Murders in the Building will be available, while 29th will also feature new series like Baymax and Primal Survivor: Escape the Amazon. Finally, on the 30th, a new episode of The Orville: New Horizons will be released. That is all for June. I hope it wasn't too boring. Anyways, now that we are done with that, let's get into the fun part of this video. It's time we talk about all the questions fans have been asking about Disney Plus. Starting with, will they ever add content that has an R rating? There's been a lot of rumor recently about an R-rated section of Disney Plus for the company's adult content, of which there's a surprisingly large amount, especially considering that the mouse now owns 20th Century Fox. This is because Disney Plus will have access to all of Fox's content. However, there has been no official announcement, and any new information is nothing more than a rumor at this point. Nevertheless, the concept of an R-rated section of the platform that requires a PIN code to access makes perfect sense. So, what is the deal with ESPN Plus? The fact that Disney owns both 20th Century Fox and ESPN Plus has prompted many people to speculate about the possibility of a future merger between the two companies. It appears unlikely that ESPN Plus and Disney Plus will ever be combined into one platform, even though doing so would be more convenient than having separate services. This is due to the recent release of a bundle that includes ESPN Plus. On the other hand, considering that Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu all cost a total of $12.99 per month, the bundle is surprisingly affordable, and there's almost no reason to combine them into a single service. Next, will Marvel movies be uploaded directly to the streaming service? There is already a long list of Marvel television shows that are going straight into the streaming service. These shows, which are all part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, include Hawkeye, Loki, and WandaVision, amongst others. However, there is no information available at the time regarding the first film in the series that will not be released in theaters. Although high-budget films such as Mulan have been released directly on the service, and even though Bob Iger has been quoted as saying that streaming is the way of the future, the company has been tight-lipped about upcoming Marvel releases. The company did not permit Black Widow to be streamed directly on Disney Plus, although this would have been the optimal test scenario. And now, will Disney reduce the cost of their movies? Fans are extremely excited about WandaVision because it's the first taste of Marvel-related content they have had in almost 2 years. And there's a lot to love about it. It would appear that no expense has been spared by Disney, making this potentially the most expensive television show that has ever been produced. On the other hand, because everything is gradually transitioning to Disney Plus, there is a possibility that the budgets allocated to movies and television shows may be drastically reduced. Since the corporation will not be making as much money at the box office as they usually do, they have to find some other way to cut costs. So, will it ever be possible to add the Spider-Man movies to the service? Although it is clear that Disney owns the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the rights to Spider-Man are still held by Sony. This is the reason why Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home are not available on the platform. Disney is obviously not thrilled about that, as all Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, except for those, are available on Disney Plus, which will undoubtedly confuse fans who are not up to date. Not only that, but the most recent Spider-Man films are great and feature some of the best post-credit scenes ever made. Thus, it is highly unlikely that Disney would want to ban these films off the platform. Will Star Wars Rogue Squadron only be available to play on Disney Plus? Star Wars Rogue Squadron was one of the many exclusive shows and movies that were announced for Disney Plus at the same time. However, Rogue Squadron is the only one of these movies that will be released in theaters. Even though Bob Iger has stated that streaming will become the primary distribution method for Disney films soon, there is not much that we know about the movie. But one thing that we do know for sure is that the release date is set for December 2023. This is almost 3 years away, which means that the landscape of streaming could have been changed by a factor of 10 in that time. Subscribers may be underestimating underestimating the likelihood that the movie will be available only through streaming services. Do you think that platform will maintain its rapid growth? Netflix continues to be the only streaming service that can even come close to competing with it in terms of the number of users who subscribe to it. No other service even comes close. It has taken the platform more than a decade to accomplish this significant milestone of having more than 200 million users signed up for it, which has only recently been achieved. More than 70 million people are currently subscribed to Disney+, a milestone that was accomplished less than 1 year after the service's launch. Whether or not they can keep up that pace remains to be seen, but the success of the service will be entirely predicated on the caliber of the content that they contribute to it. Next, will there be a price hike for the subscription? In March, the cost of the monthly subscription will increase by $1 per month, and the annual subscription fee will be increased by $10, coming in at $79.99 per year, which is a pretty tiny increase in cost. On the other hand, as a result of there being more and more content easily accessible on the service, much as a new Pixar movie or a new Star Wars series, there will most likely be other price increases in the not-too-distant future. There will likely be a rise in cost, either gradually, such as by the addition of $1 to the monthly payment now and then, or dramatically within the space of a year. And now, has Disney learned from the mistake that they made with Mulan? Disney tried something new in the middle of the year 2020, when they uploaded the movie Mulan to their streaming service. This was even though the film had a budget of $200 million and was supposed to be released in theaters. The project was a terrible failure, and it cost the corporation a significant amount of money. Although Mulan is one of the best movies that Disney Plus will release in 2020, the fact is that members had to pay an additional $30 on top of their regular rate to watch the movie, was another thing that fans found irritating about Disney. It is difficult to say for sure if they will ever try out that technique again, but considering the backlash from the fans, it is quite doubtful they will. Finally, will Disney Plus explore the lives of additional Clone Wars characters? The Mandalorian is the most popular show in the history of television, and it also holds the record for being the television program that has been streamed or downloaded the most illegally. At the moment, Star Wars is the most valuable property that Disney owns concerning Disney Plus. Therefore, it should not come as a shock that the firm is investing hundreds of millions of dollars in developing shows that are comparable to the Star Wars series. In addition, the news that a television show will be centered on the character Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars has sparked rumors about a large number of other characters from the series who might also have their shows in the works. Okay guys, that will be all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and hit that subscribe button for more content from our channel.